Hi, my name is Clayton Eck, and I've had the unique privilege of spending my first college semester in London. I grew up in the tight-knit seaside town of Stonington, Connecticut. Stonington was a great place to live, but I chose to take a different path in my life, and I began attending the Middlesex School in Concord, Massachusetts when I was 16. Stonington and Middlesex are both small communities where I was familiar with everyone, and they were both places where I rarely had to venture outside of my comfort zone. Yet my life soon changed last August when I boarded a plane with 100 strangers to begin our new lives in London. During that first month of August, London was as much of a playground as it was a classroom. My new friends and I were initially enthralled and captivated with everything London had to offer. We rode the tube everywhere. We hung out in pubs of the locals, and we explored the endless facets of the city. We also added many new phrases and slang to our underdeveloped lexicon of British terminology. For better or worse, cheers is now permanently embedded in my daily vocabulary. Yet, inevitably, it wasn't all fun and games. Serious adjustments had to be made. In the absence of a meal plan, I had to learn to cook for myself 3 times a day, a task that is easier said than done. It took time, but I soon learned to cope with British food, navigate London's public transportation, and balance a budget. Additionally, I developed a mental map of Kensington and its surrounding areas. I found shortcuts to FIE where most of my classes took places, and I was familiar with almost every store and restaurant across the road. The past 3 months of my life have taught me more than I ever thought imaginable. I have learned many life lessons along the way. I have also developed a strong sense of independence, and it feels great to know London as well as I do. Much of my learning took place outside the classroom on a small farm in the outskirts of East London. Mudchute Farm was the site of my service learning, and I ventured there every Wednesday for 9 weeks. Although I was initially hesitant, I am now incredibly grateful that my service learning took me to Mudchute. Commuting to Mudchute allowed me to explore new and foreign parts of the city, and I got to experience a side of London that many of my peers did not have a chance to see. Mudchute is a wonderful, charismatic farm that begins right at the city limits in the east, about an hour's commute from Kensington. It is a community farm that is designed to host after-school activities for children. The volunteers at Mudchute work every day to maintain a charming environment for children to come and enjoy the natural beauty surrounding the farm. Additionally, my work at Mudchute has been very self-rewarding. I started my service at the very bottom of the ladder, simple farm boy. This included tasks such as cleaning out the waste in the animal pits and unloading hay bales when the truck arrived. During my first few weeks at Mudchute, I began to develop a quasi-friendship with some of the animals. As I often worked out in the fields alone, the animals were the only source of companionship that I would have for a few hours. There was Boxer, the aggressive llama. Right next door was Columbus, the alpaca who charged me in the field one day, and there was also the goat pen, which housed my favorite goat in the building. Initially, I was disappointed that I wasn't going to be working hands-on with the children in the after-school activities, but soon I came to realize that my hard work was not going unnoticed. The volunteers at Mudchute were grateful for the work I was doing. My hard work in the field meant fewer things for them to worry about, and it also meant that they could give the children their undivided attention and provide them with a better after-school program. In early October, I met a fellow volunteer named Holly. Holly is a 16-year-old girl who dropped out of high school because of bullying. I worked with Holly out in the fields that day, and her story really affected me. She's the product of a broken home with an absentee father, and the kids at school used to bully her for numerous reasons. Holly and I grew to become friends during my time at Mudchute. Her perseverance has taught me a lot. She is also a perfect example of how Mudchute helps the community. The farm is a judgment-free zone where anyone can come volunteer and make a difference. It really is a special place. The last 3 months of my life have been an exciting journey, but also a learning curve for me. I've grown a lot individually since August. I am now much more independent, and I am also well on my way to becoming a strong, active participant in my community when I return in November. The Global Experience course gave me a great opportunity to make a difference, and I will forever cherish my time in London, as well as the relationships that I've made while here. In my heart, someone told